Thank you for joining us this Veterans Day, as we recognize and honor the fellow veterans of our Sharyland High School and SA3 staff and family. Originally known as Armistice Day, November 11th was observed as the anniversary when hostilities in World War I came to end. In 1954, Armistice Day was renamed as Veterans Day to celebrate the service of all U.S. military veterans past and present. Since 1775, our United States Armed Forces have fought to preserve and protect the freedom and liberty that embodies the United States. The 6 service branches of our military have each played decisive roles in defending this nation we call home. Within these branches, countless servicemen and women have served. Today, we take this opportunity to honor them. From its origins as George Washington's Continental Army, the United States Army would be pivotal in achieving our independence and preserving our union during the Civil War. At the turn of the century, the Army would join the global fight along the Allies in the trenches of World War I and the beaches of Normandy in World War II. In the Cold War, they fought against the threat of communism in Korea and Vietnam and liberated Kuwait in Operation Desert Storm. Following the attacks of September 11, 2001, the Army led the fight in the global war on terror. Now, let us recognize and honor the U.S. Army veterans from our family. Always courageous is not only the motto of our United States Navy, but also symbolic of their service from their confrontations with the British Royal Navy in the Revolutionary War to its role in the Union blockade of the Civil War. Fending off attacks by U-boats in World War I, our Navy helped ensure our soldiers and war supplies made it across the Atlantic. In World War II, the Navy helped ensure success of our island hopping campaign in the Pacific Theater. Both on the surface and below, our Navy became an important aspect of our strategic deterrence through the Cold War and beyond. Today, our Navy is the largest and most capable Navy in the world. Now, let us recognize and honor the U.S. Navy veterans from our family. Fighting both on sea and on land, the United States Marines have helped safeguard our nation. In the War of 1812, the Marines defended U.S. ships against British attacks. In World War I, they earned the nickname Devil Dogs for their fighting at Belleau Wood. In World War II, the Marines raised the U.S. flag on Iwo Jima after a hard-fought battle to take the island. They fought in the jungles of Vietnam against Viet Cong and were among the first to answer the call for Operation Enduring Freedom. Now, let us recognize and honor the U.S. Marine veterans from our family. Protecting the homeland from threats, foreign and domestic, the U.S. Coast Guard secures our waters both in peacetime and in war. Serving to secure the national defense in the War of 1812, the Civil War, in World War II, and the Vietnam War, the U.S. Coast Guard has helped ensure the safety of our shores. In peacetime, our Coast Guard keeps our citizens safe, providing marine safety and search and rescue operations. They also assist in homeland security missions with drug interdiction and security at American ports. With a motto of always ready, the U.S. Coast Guard is always prepared to keep us safe. Originally part of the United States Army, the U.S. Air Force would become its own service branch in 1947. Despite being newly established, the Air Force had served our nation since 1907 as part of the Army. During World War I, its airmen conducted observation and combat missions, over the battlefields of France. During World War II, on the home front, the women Air Force service pilots helped contribute to the war effort by preparing and mobilizing our aircraft. Abroad, our airmen helped in the bombing of the Axis powers in Europe and in achieving victory in the Pacific. Since the Cold War, the Air Force has maintained the air supremacy, patrolling our skies and keeping our nation safe, conducting operations in Korea, Vietnam, in Operation Desert Storm, and in the global war on terror. Now, let us recognize and honor U.S. Air Force veterans from our family. The youngest of our service branches, the United States Space Force, was formally established as a branch of our military last year. Like the Air Force origins, the U.S. Space Force existed since 1982, but as Air Force Space Command within the U.S. Air Force. As part of their operation, the U.S. Space Force has helped to secure space for the United States, ensuring the safety of satellite communications and their operations. On the ground, they provide launch operations and missile warnings. Aimed at protecting American space operations in the future, the Space Force is here. As we close our program for today, we'd like to thank our fellow veterans for their service and sacrifice to this great nation, and for ensuring our safety and the preservation of its freedom and liberty. We would also like to invite you to take a look at an interactive virtual exhibit featuring some local history of World War II, provided through our partnership with the Mission Historical Museum. This virtual exhibit can be accessed by clicking the link in the description and provides information on Moore Air Base located in North Mission. Before we close, we would also like to honor the veterans and families who made and endured the ultimate sacrifice for our nation, with the playing of the military taps by the buglers of the United States Army Band.